Hello everyone, and welcome back to A Soul's Experience, a channel dedicated to helping the human race remember who we really are. This episode we're going to be talking about losing friends on your spiritual journey. Something that often happens to a lot of us. It's happened to me personally, and there's many reasons for this. I mean, you're changing and evolving into a more conscious and empathetic physical manifestation of God's and your soul's desires. In short, you stop living from the ego and you start coming from the souls. And let me tell you, other people that are still coming from the ego, they don't like it. The ego don't like it, baby. So one of the side effects I noticed, if you want to call it a side effect, one of the things I noticed personally after my spiritual awakening was I went completely off alcohol. I wanted to eat a bit cleaner. I wanted to stop the late nights, the partying, the clubbing. And I quickly found out that a lot of the friends that I used to socialize with, when I removed the drinking and the partying, we actually didn't have a lot in common left. So being a young man in my 30s, all of a sudden giving up drinking, the lifestyle I'd had all the way through my 20s when I'd made most of my friends, it really did alienate and isolate me. So we're going to have a look at some bits that I've managed to find on the internet and have a look at what's going on here with this isolation and this loneliness and losing friends during your spiritual journey. So we're going to have a look at this little bit here. Okay, let's get comfortable. The spiritual awakening journey can be incredibly isolating. We have the inner knowing that we are never really alone, but in a constant battle in this human experience. It gets worse with conscious awakening, and it seems everyone around you doesn't fulfill you in the way that they used to. And remember, if you spend too much time alone, you could end up with a melon on your head.
Surprise!
And I think that's kind of the point I was getting at a minute ago. With my friends, let's say, one of the reasons I would fulfill their desires and their needs would be someone to have fun with in the way that they wanted to have fun. Someone to be able to go and hit up the bars, hit up the pubs, hit up the nightclubs with. Someone to go and, mess around and get drunk and do whatever and go to parties, stay up late and abuse the body and wake up the next day with a hangover, with your head stuck in a toilet, throwing up. Oh, I do not miss those times. But when I stopped drinking, when I stopped wanting to go out and behave in such a way, I stopped fulfilling my mates and my friends' their wishes. I stopped fulfilling their wishes. I wasn't that guy anymore to meet up and to start drinking. I didn't want any part of it anymore. It just made me sick, and I thought I just didn't want to be in that vibration, that chaotic vibration that alcohol can bring. So yeah, it was definitely really interesting where it said here that people around you don't fulfill you in the way they used to, and you might not fulfill people in the way that you used to. So it's very important to realize the distinction between, are we not fulfilling them anymore? Are they not fulfilling us? Or is it a combination of the both? So what can we do on a spiritual level to try and help solve some of these feelings of loneliness and separation? First, I think it's going to be really important to understand what's going on inside of our spiritual body, because don't forget we have a physical body, an energetic body, and a spiritual body. And this show is all about the spirituality, baby. Oh yeah. So let's have a look at this one here. Loneliness. An imbalance of the heart chakra can be experienced as loneliness and separation. Feeling like you don't belong or fit in, feeling disconnected. So what can we do about this little heart chakra imbalance? What can we do about it? It's all well and good knowing about it. I want to fix it. Okay, here we go. Got a few things here, 6 things specifically, what we can do to help balance out our heart chakra. Okay, so one is to feel gratitude. Feel gratitude, and this is an easy thing to do, but we don't practice it because it's something that does need to be practiced. Feel gratitude. When you're eating your food, feel grateful that you're not hungry. When you've got water coming out of a tap that's safe to drink to an extent, feel grateful. There's people out there that haven't got that. So feeling gratitude is number one. Number 2, practice back bends and any sort of yoga or stretching. I think this is about just keeping the body flexible, which allows the energy to flow. It stops blockages. That's where, Tai Chi, yoga, any sort of stretching. Just sit on the floor, stick your legs out, try to touch your toes, see what happens. There we go. Number 3, take part in loving kindness meditation. So this is a great thing to do. This can come in with feeling gratitude as well. Just sit still and in your mind, just think about the people you love. Think about who you've got close to you. Think about, are you in good health? Are you comfortable? Think about the kind things that have happened to you in the past and the kind things you've done. Just put yourself in that really loving bubble of vibration there, in the quiet with your eyes closed, and put yourself into that moment, become that moment. Number 4, use rose quartz and other heart opening crystals. Crystals hold their own energies, their own vibrations, and if they're in line with a specific vibration of a chakra or the human body, they can connect in a certain spiritual way that is unforeseen towards the human eye. But believe, and remember we said that your reality is only limited to the consciousness of your belief. Believe that these crystals will be healing your heart chakra and it will work. It's like the Peter Pan. He couldn't fly unless he really believed he could fly. And it's the same thing with energy. If we're not believing, we're putting a negative blockage in front of the healing process. We have to believe, we have to allow. You don't have to, just allow. Stop putting a resistance in the way and magic will happen. So there we go. Number 5, drink rose tea and coca. So basically drinking, I don't know why rose tea specifically. I might have to look into that, why rose tea is associated with the heart chakra. But I'm sure it's got something to do with, everything's energy. It's something to do with the energy of the tea specifically. I'm sure it's very soothing to the body and full of good minerals and vitamins. And we could all do with a few more of them, couldn't we, eh? All right then, that's number 5. Let's move on to number 6. Practice heart opening affirmations. So an affirmation, heart opening affirmation, could be something like heart opening affirmation, things that make you feel good, things that make you feel good, and affirm it to yourself. So it would be something along the lines of, I am a loving father, I am a loving brother, I am good for my family. I am good for myself. I love myself. I am a child of God. I am a soul, a unique fingerprint of the universe. Without me, the universe would be of imbalance. It would not be perfect. You are a perfect, unique soul fingerprint of the universe of God. Without you, the universe would be of imbalance and would not be perfect and made in the divine plan of the Lord. That is affirming we are unique soul fingerprints of God, universal and uniquely vibrational unto ourselves. Without us, the divine plan of God would not be perfect and the universe would be of imbalance. Affirm that to yourself. You are special. You are perfect. You are made in the image of God, and in the divine plan, you are unconditional love. That was number 6, heart opening affirmations. So, what can we take away from what we've heard here? I want to talk about the practical term. Spirituality is amazing and great, but we're having a human experience. So, we are going to get older. We are going to lose friends. It is much, much harder to make friends as an adult. We don't yet live in a world, I feel, where a 36, 37-year-old male could walk up to a random stranger in the street and expect to be greeted with open arms and, hey, how you doing? No, let's go for a cup of tea and get to know each other. We don't yet live in a world where trust is at the point of unity, where, we're kind of bombarded with the the legacy media about how bad the world is and how untrustworthy and stranger danger. And yeah, I mean, we need a certain level of skepticism, I suppose, in certain areas. But I would love to see a world where someone who is lonely would feel comfortable enough to just walk up to another person or group of people and say, hey, can we sit down and have a chat for 10 minutes? You know, I could really do with saying hello to somebody today, you know, without being looked at like they're a thief or a murderer or a robber. They're going to do harm to somebody. There's 98% of people out there are beautiful souls, and we do get lonely as we get older. We lose friends. It's happened to me, and it could be because, well, in my case, I know it's because I changed. I was reborn. Reborn. There is only one word I can think of. It was a slow process. I didn't pop out a new person. It's been a 3-year process of rebirth, and it will be a continued lifetime of rebirth. Let me tell you that for nothing. It doesn't end quick. I am constantly learning, constantly being reborn on a daily basis. But every time I am reborn, I'm reborn closer to the divine and further away from my old life of devilish behavior. Let me tell you that. And the people that are still living that devilish lifestyle, they don't want to be around someone who's raising the vibration. And quite honestly, I don't want to be around them too much either if they're going to be dragging me back down that way. So we all move on. There's nothing against, you know, I will keep my friends in my life for eternity because they've all played a massive part in my life, and I love them all dearly. However, there is a time and a place for everything, and if I continue to have people from the past in that space, I am not allowing for new people with my higher vibration to come into that space. And no one's come into that space yet, but that's okay, because sometimes this spiritual walk is a lonely walk. It's a lonely path. That's why you're a spiritual warrior. That's why you specifically, if you're watching this video, you specifically have been picked to investigate these kind of things, to look into these kind of things, to find out, you know, is there a way for others who are lonely? Because you are the spiritual soldier. You have the strength, what is needed to bring this level of awakening to fruition. And we are in a great time of awakening at the minute on the planet. And for all of you lonely spiritual soldiers out there, I'm here for you. And I mean that. I love you, and I want to thank you for being with me and all of us down here on earth at this great time of awakening. It can be a lonely time, and you are going to lose people if you're on this journey, but we are all here together in this community. And just reach out in the comments, and I promise you I'll reach back. So on that note, I want to thank you all for watching this video. Like and subscribe if you so wish. Much love, take care, God bless, and I'll see you soon.